Good morning everyone. In this video, we are going to cover the current affairs. For mobile optimized ebooks, please install GKToday Academy app. For regular updates, you can join our Telegram channel. The link is given in the description box. We have started a new channel, Civils Academy. You can subscribe to it if you find it relevant. Now, let's start. Which union ministry organizes the ABTO International Convention? So what is this ABTO? It is Association of Buddhist Tour Operators. So this international convention is organized by Ministry of Tourism, and ABTO organized this convention in association with Ministry of Tourism, and it is being organized in the Bodh Gaya of Bihar. Now recently, Tourism Ministry was also in news as it released Indian tourist statistics, and as per that report, Uttar Pradesh is on top position in terms of domestic tourist. Domestic tourist means tourist from within India, and Tamil Nadu is on top position in terms of foreign tourist, that means from outside India. Recently, Tamil Nadu was also in news as Tamil Nadu government launched Smart Blackboard scheme. So this is a scheme for digitization of education, and it has been launched by Tamil Nadu state government. Which campaign of India has been recently appreciated by WHO, that is World Health Organization? So the name of campaign is Fitness Ki Dose Aadha Ghanta Roz. So it is a campaign started by Government of India to promote physical activity of at least 30 minutes. And this campaign is a part of Fit India movement. Recently, WHO appreciated this campaign of Government of India. Now, WHO was in news because USA quit WHO. USA also left Paris Climate Deal, and recently Climate Action Summit was organized to mark the 5th anniversary of adoption of Paris Agreement. So this Paris Agreement is a treaty on climate change. Recently it completed 5 years, and on that occasion Climate Action Summit was organized. In fact, our Prime Minister also addressed this summit, and this was organized by United Nations, Government of UK and France. A new species of Indian Morena grasses has been spotted in which state? So it has been spotted in Goa, and it has been spotted by ARI, that is Agarkar Research Institute. So this institute is in Pune and it is in Maharashtra. This institute is under DST, that is Department of Science and Technology. So it is under Ministry of Science and Technology, and under this ministry there are two departments. One is DBT, that is Department of Biotechnology. Another one is Department of Science and Technology. Recently, Goa was also in news as former Goa Governor Mridula Sinha passed away. Goa was also in news as recently World Bank sanctioned 3 crore rupees for Sand Dune Park in Goa. As per the recent study of CWW, what is the percentage of Indian districts that are the hotspots of extreme climate events? That means these are vulnerable districts in terms of climate change. So as per this report, 75% of India's districts are hotspots of extreme climate events, and this is on the basis of a study by CWW. This is first time that the extreme weather event hotspots are being mapped in our country. Now what is this CWW? It is Council on Energy, Environment and Water, and it is a not-for-profit organization. It is a Delhi-based institution. Malana cream, which was in news recently, is associated with which state? So it is associated with Himachal Pradesh. Actually, it is a type of hash, that is charas, and it is obtained from the species of cannabis plant, and it is grown, that means this plant is grown in this Malana Valley in Himachal Pradesh. Now recently it was in news because NCB, that is Narcotics Control Bureau, seized this Malana cream. It is banned, that means this substance is banned in India as per NDPS Act. What is NDPS? It is Narcotic Drug and Psychotropic Substances. It is an act of 1985. Now NCB is Narcotics Control Bureau, so it is responsible for the implementation of this NDPS Act, and NCB is under MHA, that is Ministry of Home Affairs. Recently, UN Commission on Narcotic Drugs voted to reclassify cannabis. Now it has been reclassified as not dangerous, and India voted in favor of this decision. That means India voted that it should be declassified as not dangerous. So at global level, we have voted in favor that it should be declassified as non-dangerous. But in our country, as of now, it is banned under this NDPS Act. India has decided to explore connectivity routes via INST corridor along with which country during its virtual bilateral summit. So this country is Uzbekistan. Now what is this INST? It is International North-South Transport Corridor. Now apart from this corridor, recently Uzbekistan was also in news as recently first trilateral meeting on Chahbar port was in news, and this was first trilateral meeting between India, Iran and Uzbekistan. This Chahbar port is in Iran. So this first trilateral meeting held for the joint use of this strategic Chahbar port, joint use by these three countries, that is India, Iran and Uzbekistan. This port is in Iran. Recently Iran was in news because its nuclear scientist was killed and his name was Mohsin Fakhrizadeh. HIMS, that is Hospital Management Information System, has been launched by which organization? So it has been launched by Indian Railways. Why it has been launched? To provide healthcare facilities to its employees. And recently the trial version of this project has been launched in South Central Railway. Recently Indian Railways collaborated with RailTel to implement this HMIS across its health facilities. Now coming back to the South Central Railway, so it is one of the 18 zones of railway, and the headquarters of the South Central Railway is in Sikandrabad, and the jurisdiction of this zone is spread over the states of Telangana, Maharashtra, Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh. Which country has launched 2 satellites for detecting gravitational waves? So China has launched these 2 satellites. Why these were launched? For detecting the gravitational waves. And these 2 satellites are part of GECAM. What is this GECAM? It is Gravitational Wave High Energy Electromagnetic Counterpart All Sky Monitor. So as the name suggests, it is a mission for the monitoring of gravitational waves. And for this purpose, China launched these 2 satellites. So these satellites will be used for monitoring and studying high energy radiation, gamma rays and gravitational waves. What is the term seen in news which means allowing Ayurveda doctors to undertake certain surgeries? So it is Mixopathy. It means allowing a section of Ayurveda doctors to undertake surgeries. Recently, this entire issue was in news because last month, central government allowed postgraduate practitioners of Ayurveda to perform 58 surgical procedures. Now, IMA, that is Indian Medical Association, proposed strike against this decision of government. Why so? Because they are saying that these Ayurveda doctors should not be allowed to perform these surgeries. And Mixopathy is the term which means allowing Ayurveda doctors to perform certain surgeries. Heroes of 2020 is published by which organization? So it was published by Times Magazine. And Rahul Dubey has been listed in the list of heroes of 2020. Who is Rahul Dubey? He is Indo-American and he opened the door for the protesters. Now let me just give you a brief background of this entire story. So in USA there was a person, George Floyd. He died because of police brutalities. So people started protesting against police brutalities and racism in USA. And police started taking actions to disperse the crowd. And in this context, Rahul Dubey opened the gate for protesters to save them. That means to save those protesters from police brutalities. So Time described Dubey as the man who gave shelters to those in need. So in this context, please read about Black Lives Matter. So this movement was in news again because of this event. In which state the malaria causing parasite Plasmodium ovale has been detected. So it has been detected in Kerala, and this has been detected in a soldier who had come from Sudan. So malaria is caused by a parasite and these are transmitted to humans by the mosquitoes. Now recently, malaria was in news as WHO, that is World Health Organization, released malaria report. And every year on 25th of April, this World Malaria Day is observed by WHO. And the theme of 2020 World Malaria Day was Zero Malaria Starts With Me. So these were the most important questions. Now we are going to cover important news events. First is Social Entrepreneur of the Year Award. So this award was given to Ashraf Patel. Next is Banga Bandhu Award. So UNESCO launched this international award and it has been launched for creative economy. Now this award has been launched on the proposal of Bangladesh and it is named after Banga Bandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. He is considered as the father of Bangladesh. It is important to note that next year Bangladesh is completing its 50 years of independence. The current Prime Minister of Bangladesh is Sheikh Hasina and she is the daughter of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. Next is Automated Banknote Processing Center. So RBI announced that it is going to start Automated Banknote Processing Center in Jaipur in Rajasthan. Next is Ambrose Dlamini. So he was the Prime Minister of Eswatini and he passed away recently because of coronavirus. So that's why he was in news. Eswatini is an African country. Next is Swadhinta Sadak. So this is a road between India and Bangladesh and it will be opened next year on 26th of March. Please note that from Indian side this road is still functional and it will be connected to Muzibnagar in Bangladesh. Next is Chuck Yeager. So he was pilot. He passed away recently. He was pilot of US Air Force and he was the first pilot who exceeded the speed of sound in level flight. What is level flight? It means flight in the same level. Last news is Beam, that is launched by BSE, that is Bombay Stock Exchange. So Bombay Stock Exchange launched this agricultural spot market platform and Beam stands for BSE E-Agriculture Market Limited. Next is National Energy Conservation Day. So this was celebrated on 14th of December and it is celebrated by BW, that is Bureau of Energy Efficiency, and it is under Power Ministry. Next is Max Verstappen. So he won the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Next is Ankita Raina. So she is a tennis player. She was in news because she won ITF doubles title and this event held in Dubai. Dubai is in UAE. Next is CMS-01. So it is a communication satellite and it will be launched by ISRO, that is Indian Space Research Organization, and it will be launched with the help of PSLV C50 rocket. So the CMS is satellite, PSLV C50 is the rocket. Next is Project Loon. So it is a project by Google to provide internet services to the rural and unconnected areas, and this will be done with the help of helium-filled balloons. Next is SASCE scheme. So what is SASCE? It is special assistance to states for capital expenditure. So please read the difference between revenue expenditure and capital expenditure. Now, because of coronavirus, states do not have adequate resources. So now central government provided this amount, that means total 12,000 crore rupees to the states so that they can use it for capital expenditure. And last news is Inspired India. So this was the theme of AGM, that is Annual General Meeting of FICCI, that is FICCI. And Prime Minister addressed this conference. What is FICCI? It is Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry. And it was 93rd AGM. Theme was Inspired India. So these were the most important events. Now, from today, we are starting something new. Every day we cover a lot of events, but most of the time, students do not even revise it. And still, they will keep asking to cover more and more events. There is no point in covering 1000 events if you are not even able to recall them. So, this test will help you in understanding the level of your preparation. And you just have to answer in keywords. That means 1 or 2 words. So first question is, which Indian telecom company has rolled out world's first satellite-based narrowband IoT network? IoT is Internet of Things. Second question is, what is the name of national level summit which was organized by National Mission for Clean Ganga? Third question is, Kolivar Bridge is inaugurated in which Indian state? And it was recently inaugurated by Nitin Gadkari. Next is, which company has won the bid to construct India's Parliament building? This was in news because recently Prime Minister laid the foundation of new parliament building. Next is Asia Pacific Vaccine Access Facility has been launched by which international organization? To be specific, it has been launched by a banking institute. Next is in which year the Paris Climate Agreement of UNFCCC was signed. What is UNFCCC? It is United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. So, in this context, please read about INDC as well. INDC are the commitments of different countries under this Paris Agreement. INDC stands for Intended Nationally Determined Contributions. Last question is India Workplace Equity Index has been launched in India by which organization? So try to answer these questions and write down your score in the comment box. Total 7 questions are there. Write down your score. Out of 7, how much was your score? Thank you, and that's all for the day.